Welcome back to the channel, and today I have our final update before we start getting back into a series. We're going to be doing rebuilds on this channel, but the rebuilds are going to be a little bit different. They're going to not be one-offs. I've done one-off rebuilds in the past where we try to make a team that's bad into a team that's good. This time around, we're going to take our time just a little bit. On our main channel, we do regular gameplays. We work our way through a dynasty or a franchise, going week by week, game by game. On here, we're going to go 3 years at a time. So each episode will be 3 years, and then you will get postseason gameplay, and I'm going to touch on that in a second. The team that we're going to be using is the Jacksonville Jaguars, Mark Brunell, Jimmy Smith, Fred Taylor, and yeah, that's really about it. I'm going to be real for you. I'm going to be real. This team is a rebuild and a half. The year before this, they went 6-10. The year this game came out, which was 2002, for that 2002 NFL season, they will go 6-10 again. You got the Tennessee Titans in this division. Very, very good. You got the Colts in this division. Very, very good. Matter of fact, the Ravens, Lions, Panthers, Bears, it's not the Bears, it's actually the Bengals. But yeah, so it's the Bengals that are bad, not the Bears. The Bears are 80 overall. Cardinals, Texans, who are, and this is their first year in Madden, first year in the NFL, and the Falcons are the only teams that are worse than the Jaguars, all right? And then the G-Men and the Vikings are also 72 overall, and that's our overall here with the Jacksonville Jaguars. David Garrard, he might be the future, but the future is not today at 59 overall. Mark Brunell, 86 overall. So do we try our very best to develop a team around Mark Brunell, who's a little bit older, Jimmy Smith a little bit older, no more Keenan McCardell, obviously. Like, we are thin. At tight end, it's ugly. The offensive line, I want them to be big, nasty, and ugly out there on the field, but it's ugly in the overall section. D-line outside of Brackens, everybody else is in the 70s. We just picked up Henderson. We got Stroud last season. So the D-tackles are there, but can we develop them realistically? All right? So the plan as far as each episode goes is like this. You're going to get 3 seasons. You're going to get gameplays in the postseason, meaning if we make the postseason, I'm playing all the postseason games. That's how it's going to work. It's going to be on 3, most likely 4-minute quarters, and we're going to knock out the playoffs like that. Hopefully we can win some Super Bowls. If we do not make the postseason, it might not be every postseason, but at least one of the postseasons in the episode, you will get computer versus computer play. We're going to see who wins the wild card rounds, the divisional rounds. If we don't do those games, it will definitely be the championship games in the Super Bowl. Because I want these episodes to be somewhat longer than what you're typically used to. So we may do the whole postseason computer versus computer, but we'll be like more like in the highlight form. We're going to get little clips here and there, maybe 5 clips per game, and move on to the Super Bowl and maybe get the majority of that game. But then move on to the offseason. Don't want to take up too much time outside of what we have going on with the Jacksonville Jaguars. If you're confused on what game I'm using, it's Madden 2003. Maybe I mentioned that, maybe I didn't. But yeah, Madden 2003. I would like to use all the teams that I could in these games. I believe that we do have a Jacksonville Jaguars rebuild on the channel already, but again, that was a one-off. So this is going to be more of a series feel, and it should be a good time. All right, it should be a fantastic time. We're going to try our very best to keep the nucleus together for as long as we can. Fred Taylor is a big question mark because he has had injury issues at this moment of time in his career. And unlike in my one-off videos, injuries and fatigue will be on. I do keep fatigue on in those one-offs, but injuries are typically turned off in those one-offs. In this series, injuries will be turned on, so we're going to have to keep tabs on what our team is looking like game in and game out. But this is going to allow my fingerprints on the series more so than just watching the computer play computer. We're going to set the philosophy. We're going to see how many times we want to run the ball, pass the ball, what playbooks we're going to use, how much we're going to sub, and so on and so forth. Because the name of the game is, one, survival, because we are on the bottom end of the teams in the league as far as overall is concerned, but then also progressing and developing it in a way that this team can one day be a Super Bowl champion. All right? So we are the second worst team in the AFC South, but again, the Houston Texans, this is their expansion season. So they don't really count. They got David Carr and a whole bunch of nothing. So hopefully we can be decent enough to be respectable, but not so good where we're not getting a good draft pick. But again, we're going to be making trades, willing and dealing, and trying to make sure that we have enough draft capital to make this team good. All right, so that's basically that. We're going to be using the Jaguars, starting things off in Madden 2003. I'll be playing all the playoff games, 3 to 4 minute quarters, most likely 4 minute quarters. You will be getting gameplays, even computer versus computer gameplays, but that will come in the postseason as well. Most likely no in-season gameplays, and these will be longer episodes than what you usually get on this channel, what you've been getting on my first channel. And also, one last thing that I want to mention is that you can realistically expect uploads of this series every other day, maybe every 2 days. I'm going to shoot for uploading this at least 3 times a week on this channel. That's the goal, at least 3 times a week. If I can do more, I'll do more. But we've been doing about 3 gameplays on my first channel, and I like the way that's going. So I'm going to try to stay as consistent with that over there. And then if I do upload over here, there will be maybe 2 gameplays up over there on that channel. Just depending on how things work out. But that's the goal, at least 3 times a week on this channel. I'm thinking Wednesday, maybe twice on the weekends where it's Saturday and Sunday, or maybe be like Tuesday, Thursday. Again, no guarantees, but hey, we're going to figure something out because I'm excited for this, and hopefully you guys are too. But that's going to do it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys are excited. Peace, love. Hot sauce.